trendy these days to be no alcohol. It's trendy to be no alcohol, and it's also trendy to be like over the top discipline. I think like the Navy SEALs mentality.
Yeah.
They love getting fucked up together. We're not even getting fucked up. I mean, we probably had a drink about a week and a half ago. Ended weirdly, but yeah. What were we talking about anyway?
Well, I think what was really useful was that you just hearing you talk about actually what the trials and tribulations of doing this has been. So it's like we were talking about how obviously there's the initial excitement, and there is excitement with what we're building and what we're doing, but there's a lot of work being done, a lot of work to kind of get this pushed, get this moving forward. And actually I think what you were describing was like there's your own energy that you're pushing towards your own work, but then there's also a responsibility around the team that's around you. So like I think for a lot of people that are kind of in the solo entrepreneur space, they probably resonate with like, having to push yourself and having to move yourself to different realms to get this thing moving. But I don't think many people get a window into what happens when you try and translate that success into something bigger with a team. It's a different paradigm. Like leadership itself is a different paradigm to what you do before. So like, but I think for a lot of people when they're in a job, they're like, to be the manager, I just have to be really good at my job to be the manager, without realizing that actually leadership is a completely different skill set, and just being good at your job isn't good enough to make you a good manager. And there's plenty of shit managers that are probably were really good at their jobs when they were doing whatever they were doing before. But it doesn't necessarily translate to management, to leadership. And I think it's really come through in our conversations this week with the team. And I think with the team, what they really, really appreciate is just the levels of leadership. And like actually hearing you talk though about what that costs and what that entails. And we were talking a lot, you sent me a bit of reading, right? So I was doing a bit of reading about the, unreasonable hospitality, right? And again, like to the outside world, the effort that we're putting in or the work that we're doing with people seems unreasonable. It seems like an unreasonable amount of effort almost to be putting into people. But that's the complete opposite of our ethos and what we're trying to achieve and what we're trying to kind of move from. But it takes it has a toll. It has a cost. And it's really about, I guess, like seeing that, understanding kind of what it is, and like you even alluding to it though as well. You were saying like, it might not be the cause. That might just be like, what's the fallout of other things that are going on. So it's like, is it the cause that are draining me, or is it everything else around the cause that's not giving me the energy that I want to give to the cause or give to the people? So I think that's an interesting question. How do you see it?
Well, when you're growing something, there's different departments, and there's different goals of each department, and you know where each department needs to go. So you're actually responsible, low-key, not necessarily for the individual component, but the whole.
Yeah.
So like, a whole is made up of different components. There's people that are responsible for different components. And usually they're all better than me at the individual component, but I have a broad knowledge of every single aspect, so I'm responsible for it all. Also, you have a responsibility to set an example. So the first week of like really getting a lot of calls booked, I was like, well, it makes sense to me to take the calls, not just because I want like some glory, or not because I need to understand who we're really helping so that I have an educated perspective when things start piling up. So I'm not like disconnected from our customers. And so I needed that a week or two of, it's been longer than that, but since building the team out, I needed a week or two of doing it myself so that I can have the conversation with head of sales or the closer who comes in and be able to have a conversation from a position of knowledge and perspective. But the cost of that is like, okay, so I was doing all these sales calls, but then I was also handling all these other departments, marketing, product review a lot. Then also like talking with the team, the soft side of management or leadership where, you know, you're having an individual conversation with everyone all the time. And the context switching was pretty mad. And then you've got all the admin stuff. And then you're bringing another person in and he needs to know, all right, what do I need to do? So you have to work with him. So it's like another person in the business that you have to work with, which isn't a problem. I like that part, but it's the extra workload that comes with getting up to speed, plus all the other stuff. So that I get why people talk about don't scale too fast, because what it does is it stretches you and the team. Every time you add another thing, whether that's another staff member, whether that's another whatever, like another campaign, another goal, you're stretching people more. And there's only so much you can take. And I guess the point where we pulled the camera out, the point that I made was the real price of progress is pain. Because talking personally, I get to my max and then I'm like 2 days where I'm not feeling 100%. But I still have to work, I still have to do things, but I know I'm not 100%. It's almost like you gave everything you did, just like a high intensity training. You give everything on that first set, and then there's a recovery time. And in the recovery time, you're not going to be as strong. And I feel like I'm feeling that drop off. And that drop off is essentially uncomfortable. It's pain. Because you're not operating at your best. You want to give your best to the team, you want to give your best to everyone. It's so difficult. And that's painful. Not showing up how you love to show up. But, and this is my final point, that pain is when you learn the lesson of how do I avoid this again? And that's why the progress comes from the pain. So like, I can't have this happen again. What do I need to do? Who do I need to bring in? What do I need to change? What conversation do I need to have? What thing do I need to get rid of? Like, the pain informs the decision, and the decision is always one that benefits you. Because if it isn't one that benefits you, you're not learning. And if you're not learning, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're not building a business. It's impossible to build a business. So it's just all learning. But the most valuable lessons come from pain. And that's what I'm experiencing, just with a lot more responsibility attached to them, which I'm kind of loving in a way. But, you know, it's my first Sunday where I've been like, and last Sunday I was like wide-eyed and still feeling like, you know, so up there, but definitely in recovery mode right now, you know.
See, I think this is a side to you and a side to like what you do that people don't get to see. Because I know, because I've seen you at close quarters and we've spent a lot of time together, and we've not the first time we've built something together. And I was trying to get across to the guys this week actually that I think like you care deeply and personally about the people that you work with. So it's like hearing you talk, the amount of energy that you give and the amount of your personal time you give to your team and the people that you're around is unique. I don't know if you know that or if you understand that or realize how special that is, because it's not how 99% of like places work. They don't offer that. And it doesn't surprise me then that becomes taxing at some points. And you can see that it causes you real pain when you feel you're not able to deliver at that level, deliver that time or that consistent energy at the level that you want to. But it's also impossible at a certain point. I think it's funny hearing you talk because you operate at an incredibly high level, like an amazing high level. Your level of output is nuts. Like me watching you do it from here, it's like it does blow my mind, and I have massive admiration for it. But you see how like if you asked any of the team this week if they felt that your level of it or if they felt that you hadn't shown up in the same way or any of that, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But it's something definitely you feel inside yourself, because you can see already that there's maybe you can see around the corner what the consequence might be if it continues to go the way that it is. But I also love the conclusion that you came to as well, because when you were talking about it, what you really went into was like autonomy. What I said to Urban was, you don't need to ask for permission. Whatever you need to do, just go with it. You've already established that trust and that rapport, and it's really time to like let you fly and let you do your thing. Because I think a lot of times, I think when people have to confront when they come to work with you in particular, they're not used to that level of trust and autonomy. Like, it's almost immediately, right? Because I know that from my experience in say healthcare or other professions, even if you're ridiculously capable, even if you're capable beyond your job spec or your job role, even if you've got years of experience, you're still not given that space. And this is completely the opposite way around. So I think it's an adjustment for people initially, and I think it's why you find people constantly asking you for approval on what they're looking to do, because like, oh, can I do it? Can I do this? Can I do it? Because they're not used to being allowed to do that. So like, I think that you could really see the relief that you had when, like, a CASPAR, so it's like, look, well, I've just gone and done this thing. And then like, and even for me, like, I find myself, right, where it's like I have to recondition myself and almost relearn that it's okay for me to run, and I know that you will come back at me and you'll tell me if there's things I need to change. And it's not a personal thing, it's just like, okay, well, we've executed on something, but we need to move it this way, it needs to fit in a certain direction, or it needs to kind of change it. And like not being, for me, like not being personally tied to that, So it's like, it's for me, it's like a re-education too, right? So obviously I have like a schema or like a memory of what it was like going out after. But in between, I've been back in the corporate world, right? And then for a while. And then like you get back into like, old ways of thinking, old ways of doing things. So then again, you come out and it's like, oh, you're like, oh shit, I get to do this again. Or I get to be free again. Or I get to really run and make this thing work. And like that's a massive gift. But do you feel like there's like an over reliance on yourself at the moment? Is that the?
Well, I mean, I made it that way.
Yeah.
At first, because I wouldn't want to ask somebody to do something that I wasn't willing to do, and I hadn't shown them me doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the kind of thing where, and also I want to keep all my tools sharp.
Yeah.
So if I'm saying, right, we're going to be running like a sales call funnel, book as many calls as possible. But basically, like, we're looking at why this week I maybe, today in particular, I was like completely wiped out. Was the quantity of calls full stop was high, but sales calls in particular take out of you. Why? Because you basically you listen to somebody go on about their problems, and this is the reality, and that's why you earn the right to sell, because you basically listen to them and you have their best interests at heart, related to, like, they're only on the call with you if they've got a problem. If they don't have a problem, it's pointless. So they have a problem, you listen to their problems, you diagnose the problem, you try and help them, and they don't always follow through. So you basically give a lot and you don't always get a lot in return. And I know, like, obviously some people would say, well, if they're paying you 5k, 6k, 7k, they're giving you loads. It's like, that's the trade, that's the trust. People don't mind spending money. They want to trust that they have the right solution for them, and that the people that they're giving money to care, right? They need to trust you. So for me, like, as a natural empath, you could call it, I'm on these calls with people, I take all their shit on, I relate to them, and the ones that close, you get a real boost. You're like, all right, cool, they're in, we can help them. There's also money dropping, so I know that the team are going to be looked after, which is great, and everything's looked after, and our business is flowing. But there's a lot of time where you get like the opposite, where you kind of give a lot to somebody, it's your third call of the day, they waste your time, you end up not closing it, and then immediately after that you've got to have a call because you're hiring someone, and you're like, I need to rest, but I'm straight back into another thing. And that's why they get closers who are just closers. They're like snipers. So I'm dealing with that, and then I'm on a team call, and then I'm also worried about like responsible for the results of the whole company. So like, it's kind of like I like calls and I like closing deals, but when you're doing everything else, I was the only closer this week, the only guy closing calls, and then everything else. Wow, it takes a strain on you. Yeah.
Do you need more ice?
No, thank you. Oh,
Yes.
do you want to do it? Yeah.
Is it all right?
He does, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One more?
So, going back to your point about the team, like the team calls are very invigorating. I just want to make sure that everyone's sensitive to your energy at the end of the day. People are sensitive to how you are responding, and I think if the leader goes missing because he's not feeling great,
One more sparkling water, yeah?
that is going to have an immediate impact. So like, I just don't want to. It's almost like at its very core, you're not necessarily the A player. You're not necessarily like the most talented, but you are the energetic core of the group, and that is unavoidable. And so there's people that come in and they have better ideas, and there's people that come in and they have a better way with people. But what's the like at the core of like of the reactor? That light needs to be burning bright, and if it isn't, it's not going to work. Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Can I get an full bottle?
You can take it. Yeah.
Finished already?
Yeah, done.
Thank you.
So I guess it's like it's the any guilt you would feel about not showing up 100% for the team isn't necessarily like you know that it's at the end of the day the most important thing, how you show up, because it doesn't matter if you're closing all the deals, doesn't matter if you're writing the best content, the right hooks, and you know, doing the epic shit. It's like you're showing up for people in the best possible way. You're showing your enthusiasm. You're showing them how to behave in a way. You're setting a model. And if you're like burnt out, crashed out, not 100%, not motivated, not positive, it's going to have an immediate impact. And that's why I'm like, at the end of the day, I need to solve a few things, because if that light gets dimmed down too much because I'm just too stretched, the company will implode. So that's why I'm like, and so back to the original question, do I feel really, really personally responsible for everything? It's like, I trust everyone implicitly, but there's one job that I need to do at the end of the day, and it's keep the energy level at a maximum. And that isn't always a direct thing. Sometimes it is. It's more like a fundamental, like a function, and keeping everything together as well. You know, at the same time. And I feel like when someone's got a strong enough energetic charge, everything stays together anyway. Like it magnetizes everything. So I don't want to overstretch myself trying to be an example and trying to be like, you know, really hardworking and trying to make it work. I want to do things. I want to do my job properly, which is keep it up here. That starts and ends with my own personal way I'm treating myself.
So I'm interested, like, do you have say when we describe that situation where you're going from like back-to-back calls, right? Sales call to another environment, like that kind of code switching, right? Do you have like a ritual that you go into, or is there a way that you get yourself into the necessary or the required like energy state to go into that next interaction? Do you have like any kind of routine that you go with that, or is it just okay, fly?
Do you know something? Often, the person I'm on the call with can change my state immediately.
Oh, yeah.
So, I might be on a call with someone who is wasting my time on a sales call. I'm number one, a bit disappointed that I let them waste my time.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get a result. Number three, I'm like, I've just gone deep with someone, but mentally I've dealt with all their shit. Like, I feel a bit exhausted from it. But if I get on a call with someone, I'm not looking forward to the next call. Already, I'm like, shit. 10 minutes, I gotta be on this. Or maybe it's back to back. Right? If I get on that call and the person is an energy giver, it's no problem. So I don't really have to mentally over prepare for calls. I'm just like, who am I gonna get? And I see how that person is. So I could sit in the same chair, bear in mind I'm someone who likes to move, likes to exercise. I could be pinned down in my chair all day taking calls. But if the people on the calls are energy givers, I'll be fine. I might be a little bit exhausted because you're staring and focusing at the screen for that long without being able to get up. But I don't really need a routine. It helps to have had a good morning, as in like look up, do your morning shit, clear your head out, go for a walk, meditate, etc. And come at it with a clear head with low cortisol. But I really don't need to over prepare for calls. I don't feel like I need that. And I could theoretically go back to back all day if the people are energy givers. So that's something that's important is how do I, if I am going to be taking calls, how do I avoid the vampires? And unfortunately, back to sales calls, we still have a little bit of refining to do in our process that we get rid of any vampires beforehand. And that's something I don't think it's hard to get to zero vampires. Maybe one day we'll get there because our messaging's right, our targeting's right, our filtering's good, our qualification's good. We make sure we're not on any calls with any vampires. Perfect fit. But with that being said, I had to go through that this week, and there were multiple vampires draining my energy, and I'm not gonna let them like continue to drain my energy even though they're gone. But it stacks up when you've had quite a few calls, you know. And I don't want to make calls for boogeyman. I want to just say I've learned a valuable lesson, and now, as long as the leadership teams knows, like, why doesn't Dan like take like all the sales calls? Or why is Dan like being more precious with his time, protective with his time? Sometimes if you haven't been close to a person that's saying I need this, or you haven't been in business long, it's hard to understand why someone is like, I need to get out of this chaos. Some people might not understand it. They might be like, oh, that's a lux. Why are you so special? It's like, because if I don't, I will implode and this whole thing will fall apart. Because even if I went away for a month, maybe it would be good. In a year, people are going to be fucking like scattered. So I'm like, I'm not saying I'd go away for a year or even a month, but like the point I'm making is, as long as everyone's aware that it's actually the best thing for themselves, the company as a whole, then I feel less weird or guilty about handing over some responsibility to others, like a closer, like Ian, and eventually more people. I still want to do one-to-ones with the team. Yeah, I don't want to lose that. But I guess if we wanted to put it in a real nutshell, like, I need to stop doing sales calls, or at least I need to stop doing all of them. I'll only take big ones, like for example, on a call with a potential massive client tomorrow. Not just from a deal size, from like this person is a bit of a celebrity in the space. It came through our personal connection. I'm not going to put them on a call with a closer.
Yeah.
Come from me. I will personally handle you because that's what you get. Yeah, that's what you get. Like you're important in the space. Like you're not just. It's a big win-win. So I'll handle that, and that will not take any of my energy. But it's the smaller fish, without being disrespectful. The people that need us a lot more than we need them and still take the piss. I can't be dealing with them 3-4 times a day when I've got a company to run. Period.
So I wonder, right? So when it comes to like our team, whoever comes on board with our team, is there something that we can be providing them that takes some of that burden off? So it's like, because right now, it's like the only window or the only training they get is direct from you. So it's direct from the source, but it takes a lot of your personal time, a lot of your personal energy to deliver. And then there's, to me, I'm thinking like, I think we need to definitely be looking at like having some sort of like training package or something available. Because they're the first people that are coming in, they're not going to be the last. And yeah, definitely have to have a little think about how we structure that training, how we deliver that training and get that in. That's definitely something I could do and look into.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm not interrupting, I'm just saying I massively agree with that.
Okay.
It's going to be the difference. I mean, look, I think when it comes to the important one-to-ones, that's never going to go away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be like Moses on Mount Sinai, disappear, like completely disconnected. Like that ain't the point. But another thing is going forward. You know, am I a natural CEO? Probably not. I can do it good because I have a high level of energy, output, competency, and yeah, like everything, and I have all the skills needed. Really, I would say I'm probably more of a founder that can fill in at CEO, but probably isn't the last company I'm going to found. You know, I can find things willy-nilly, you know? So what I'm thinking is, this was a really interesting video to come back to. If this is going to become something like an asset that's standalone without me, and can run without basically any of the original members, it requires me to be out. Now, eventually, that's going to be a process. I'm not one of these guys that's like, right, set it up, see ya. We got shit to do. But it isn't actually a sellable asset if it doesn't run without me. And arguably you, to be honest with you, maybe even a couple others. It needs to be a well-oiled machine. So part of my job right now is like, yeah, I need to be able to close deals and like all that. Part of the reason why I need to get out of that and I need to get out of things is so we can build a sellable asset, right? Should we just set that as a target? We're going to sell this company. So therefore, training systems need to be baked in. I was listening to Chet Holmes, and he wrote the Ultimate Sales Machine, and he said basically the companies that will own the future are big on training. And I know like AI is a big thing right now, but we're a human first organization, so I don't really give a fuck about that right now. Yeah, we can train language models, whatever. But the people, yeah, we need a really strong training system, because otherwise we're just gonna collapse. You know, so it's like an element of how can I not collapse myself by managing my time better and being detective and setting up systems in the right way so that I can basically, it's not dependent on me. And part of that, and not just part of removing myself and also building a sellable asset, is making the training that we give really, really, really rock solid. The point where we become one of the best training and development companies in the world, and that's standalone from our product, which is training and education.
Yeah.
So why don't we just take a leaf out of our own book?
Yeah.
and give that to our members.
So that's what I love about what we're doing.
Right.
Because like it's the same thing being manifested in like multiple different ways. So like I was talking about yesterday with going to the gym with Jan. It's not actually anything different to what we're doing in PY, right? So PY, what we're doing, like we're offering opportunity, we're showing the pathway forward, we're giving inspiration, we're giving them ideas, we're giving them belief that what they want to achieve is possible, and encouraging them to think bigger than what they currently are, right? So that, for me, when I look at it on the human level or like on the emotional level, that's the work that we're doing. And then, we're out for dinner and you're talking to the guy that's serving you, and then next thing you're inviting them out to the gym and we're talking about, what are your aspirations outside of, waiting tables, because I know that's not what you want to do forever. Or today with Andar. In a week, that guy's gone from just saying, I know how to do massage, I know how to like do the cracks, right? And doing it as like a party trick every now and again. He made 800,000 rupees out of me today. So I booked for the thing today, and then I booked him for another 3 sessions afterwards. And I was like, look, it's good, right? Booking one massage is good. As he was saying before, I've got 3 clients, but I need to ask them again if they want another massage, right? He's like, okay, well today you've done 1 massage for me, but you don't really want one massage, you want 5, right? So why is it not a package? Why don't you have a package for 5 or for 10? Because if you're just doing 1 with me, you don't know what's happening tomorrow, right? But today we're gonna have 5, and they pay you for 5, or whatever it's gonna be. Then for the rest of the month, you want income from me, you transferred it across to him, and like all of a sudden, like it's opening up. Like we had to talk about, because he knows within himself, because he sees it, the little bits that he needs to change with his business, right? And he's really empathic as well. He's doing the massage, he's feeling into your body, he knows when you're not comfortable, he knows when things aren't quite right. So like the bed that I was on, I was too long for the bed that he's got, right? His bed's made for smaller people than me, right? So he was like, his feet are hanging off the edge, it's not comfortable for him when he's doing the thing, I can tell by how you're moving. So then today he was using like his own jacket underneath. He was like, okay, so I need to bring a pillow with me that I can put underneath if I've got longer customers. I need to, there were a few things that came up. So so today when he came as well, I was like, I need to try and sell you to people in here, right? So I got in and it was like, oh, it looks really nice. I was really impressed, obviously, with the place where I'm staying. And I was like, there's customers everywhere in here. Like, I'm in room 10. There's like, 20 odd rooms in there. All foreigners, all got cash, all would love to have a massage, and you come to their door, right? So I was like, look, everybody here is a customer, right? Do you have a card? Oh, I don't have a card. Oh, I need to get a card, right? So, yeah, you need to get a card, right? And then it's like, oh, I need to make a logo. It's like, yeah, you need to make a logo. So it's all like coming together, and it's like, all right. And now you can see, it's like, okay, it's not that far away. He's got 1 customer, paid him nearly $1 million rupees. He goes in there, gets 10 customers, 10 clients. That's 10 million rupees a month for the guy, right? And those people are changing every few weeks. New people coming in. That's a one establishment. He works at Oz. Oz is the fucking magnet for people who cash in this area to come in, right? So it's like, his earning potential has just fucking gone like through the roof. I don't know what his earning was, but I doubt it's like fucking 10 million rupees a month.
Nowhere near that.
Right, exactly.
Nowhere near.
So,
Life changing.
Yeah, life changing. So
already.
See him today, right? And it'll be
He's making bank.
Yeah, because I did the transfer and I was like, that's good.
Relative to what they usually earn here, he's transcended to another level of income for local Indonesian in Lombok. Like, changed his life. That's confidence.
Yeah, so something to Banana Man, right? Banana Man, his life savings was 12 million, right? He was saving for years to make that. He made $1 million today, one day.
Yeah.
Just by selling 1 package.
Yeah. So it comes down to sales at the end of the day.
Yeah, it does.
Comes down to sales.
And they got so the guys, there's three French guys that just moved in next to me. And like as soon as they came out, I was like, boys, this guy, best massages ever. And he's like, but he knows what he's doing. He went straight in for the cracks. 'Cause, you know, people love the chiropractor stuff, man.
Yeah.
So he got him sat down, did his neck tap a couple of times. Like yeah, that's sold. He's done. You know he's gonna work. You know
That's
he's gonna
the
come back.
free sample. That's the lead magnet.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the lead magnet right there.
he done it again to me today, man. It scares the shit out of me, but it's like everything just goes both ways, man.
It's awesome. Hey, he's probably the only guy around here really doing that, and that's what we do, bro. Really, like that's why bringing it all the way back. That's why sometimes I need to get off the sales calls because I get annoyed where I'm like, are you seriously? But bear in mind, like I need to get on their side and be like, why would they trust me? For us, right? I'm like, you seriously don't want to do this. Like, you transform lives with very little effort. We just exist and it happens, right? Just so happens that our particular realm is the realm of business and generating revenue, building a business, getting cash. Like Andar. With it's just me and us, he's made a mill. Right? IDR. We do this all the time with people. Everyone they get around us, they will make money. You know, and that's why it bugs me when people are on a call and they're like, I don't need to be taking your call personally. I am because it's the right timing.
You know what?
And we have the perfect tools to basically sort you out for life because we're going to change your life.
Yeah.
And you're still sat there like, I need to think about it. Really? I've got another call now, but like, seriously.
Oh, like I've just seen an Indonesian guy with fucking nothing. But I just realized he's our first millionaire. He made a mill. He actually made a mill in a week.
Yeah.
He made a mill.
That's what I said to him. I said, you're going to be a millionaire soon. He went, oh, no. I went, no, you are. Think about it. How many customers do you need to get a mill? I don't know. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah. You're close.
He's PY's first millionaire. He's done it. He's done it in a week.
And that was just through conversation. That was just through pure conversation. Recently, Connor comes to Lombok, right? He's in a bit of a rut with the business. In fairness, he decides he's going to start taking some calls, right? Makes 18 grand English in 2 weeks. He's been here about a month. That's why I was saying, like, it's really, really important that I don't lose my energy because that's actually that's what you give people. You need to be that nuclear reactor, right? That's just like constantly lighting people up, and you have it too. You have it as well.
It's a fucking team, bro.
Exactly.
It's mad.
You're the good luck charm, bro.
That's it.
You're the good luck charm. But that is what we are to these people. We're like, come into our orbit, and your life is going to change. Financially mainly, but it's the internal things that happen for the finances to show. The confidence, it's the belief, it's the permission to think bigger, it's permission to feel grateful for things that are yet to come. We give people hope. That's what we give people. We give people hope, we give people vision. You're right there.
Huh?
You're right.
I was getting to bed. It's bedtime, innit? It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock's bedtime.
Yeah. I think that's what we do.
Yeah.
We give people hope, and we make it feel inevitable for them. It's just what we've been blessed with. So when people tell me, we go all the way back to the beginning, the pain this week was, as much as I am responsible for driving revenue, I can't be the one closing these deals. Otherwise, I can't build the company. But also, it's killing me softly when I'm dealing with people and I'm like, you're seriously saying no? Or you need to think, they don't even say no. I need to think about doing this thing that's going to change my life. I'm like, bro, the sky's the limit if you come and with us. And you're saying no. And now I've got another call. The pain this week was why it's painful to waste energy on people that aren't ready to take action, and me like being high ticket sales trained, competent salesperson, otherwise I wouldn't be in the position I am, but not like a pedigree closer that can close anyone. Like, it was painful for me, and I learned my lesson. Like, I need to put someone there who's better at it, period. You know, a clinical closer that can help them see what we do better than I can do.
Enter Ian into the equation.
Enter the dragon. So that's it. Let's wrap up the conversation. You know, this is raw. Behind the scenes, how long we've done for? About 40 minutes. Behind the scenes of what? Like building a company, I don't even want to call it a startup because it makes it sound way too fucking Silicon Valley and just lame and nerdy. But it's taking things to the next level as a squad. Building something bigger than a company. You just look at how much energy and how much we're attracting things as a result, just saying, yeah, we're going to do this. 3 people joined this week. You know, we've had multiple people approach us in public, and we're changing the lives of, we're making local Indonesians a millionaire. So,
Made our first millionaire.
yeah.
I thought it was gonna take months to get there. We've done it in a week.
You know what I think we need to communicate?
Yeah.
The inevitability.
Yeah.
You know, like if you come into our care, just come into our proximity. That is enough. You're also lucky that we've taken mad pains to make sure that you get the results from a logical and a mechanical perspective.
That's the thing, right? So I don't think you're gonna find 2 people who care more about your win and your growth and your development than the 2 people sat right here. You won't find it anywhere.
No.
You just don't.
We've made it codependent as well. So it's not just like emotionally we want to do it and logically we want to do it, but it's almost like just being fully transparent. It's like our whole model now is dependent on you winning as well. So it's not just like my sense of self-worth. Now our business is intertwined. It relies on you performing. Now, that, to anyone that is hearing that should be a massive green flag. It's like, wait, they don't win unless I win. There's more trust there, because now they're like, well, if they can't win and they can't grow unless I do, then that means I have to. They have to get me results. So, of course, I'm going to go with them over someone else. And even removing, they're probably not even thinking about anyone else. They're probably just thinking, anyone that is aware of us right now isn't considering other options. What they're doing is they're thinking, can I really do it? And it's like, come in and find out.
Come in and find out.
Come in and find out.
That's the challenge, really, because like it's your limitations that you're gonna have to overcome. It's not us. Like I said, with us, the sky's the limit. We're not stopping anywhere.
Yeah.
But you see that.
So like this is probably, this can probably go up on the tube just like this, to be honest with you. What are we telling them to do if they sat the whole way through this? What's next for them? What should they do?
It's to stop sitting on the sidelines, really. Check out what we're doing, see what's possible, and start the journey with us. That's the invitation. Because I think for me, like, I see this as a movement. I see it's like everybody within our sphere, everyone within our circle, we're lifting everyone up. We're all going together. We're all going to go and make a success of it. So like I was saying, like, for me, this is what's needed. With what's coming around the corner, people are already disaffected by their jobs. People already know the 9 to 5 isn't going to save them or secure them anymore. We're at that point. The future is being entrepreneurial. You have to be entrepreneurial. You have to create your own value. You have to bring your shine out into the world. And that's what we're here to do. So it's the perfect place to be to get yourself positioned to where the world's going to be in the next 20 years. So start now. Make the jump.
And now, yeah, stop waiting.
Stop waiting.
Stop waiting. Cool. All right.
That is.
Prioritize yourself.